Hello and welcome to the 163rd installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by our other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
Jordan.
What?
You and I don't talk much anymore.
I actually don't like you. Yeah.
So I've forgotten. Where do we put this show?
How could you possibly forget that the show is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed, as well as YouTube with video and Spotify with a video. And of course, Chris, you can always contact us, right? So you can stay in touch with me via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, most importantly, Little Kitty Big City News and merch, and Instagram and TikTok. Reach out to us there.
I see. Thank you for letting me know, reminding me.
I shall return next week.
See you later.
I just go right through the wall. Dude, Chunk would be blown away if I
Through the wall.
Chunk is just like, what the fuck?
I was like, how did you do that?
And then he starts eating the sheetrock. Knowing
Yeah,
him.
he's going to be eating the insulation from the wall. He's going to be munching it up like it's cotton candy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go and get him unclogged again.
Yeah. So, Chris, in typical fashion, what have you been up to? What's been going on in the Chris world?
Nothing, honestly.
All right, that's our show.
I've been doing a little bit of gaming, but we can get to that later. I will provide updates on something, right?
How's the colonoscopy going? Not good? I did the exam.
Yeah, they forgot to put me under, so
He was under. All right.
I just had this camera going around. My tummy felt crazy.
That wasn't a camera, Chris. That was me.
Because you running around.
They shrunk me down, dude, like that SpongeBob episode. I was just in there. I was fucking climbing.
Like that time, the Magic School Bus episode where they went inside Arnold.
Yeah. That has to be a fucking crime. For
Probably,
a teacher to be up inside your shit.
I think most of the things done in the Magic School Bus were crimes.
Yeah.
Like, Miss Frizzle, you didn't even get permission slips. And you're just taking these children into a shrink ray inside another person's body? Yeah. That's insanity.
Yeah, that is crazy. And we went up his ass to get here?
Yeah. Like,
that just seems wrong.
That just seems like not good. Yeah, I've just been doing a whole lot of nothing, but I will provide updates, like I said, on a few things. All my stuff that's been breaking, seemingly better, right? My GPU drivers haven't crashed in a while, so that's nice.
Now that you said that's going to happen.
Probably. The issue I had where my monitors wouldn't just time out, like they wouldn't just shut off, I fixed that. Turns out, because I was, like I'll say later, I was playing Snowrunner. So I had my PS5 controller plugged in, and that just keeps your monitors awake for some reason or
That
another.
is a bizarre reason, yeah.
It is weird. So
odd.
that's what was happening. So now it's fixed.
That's good.
So that's, but, I've just continually gotten fucked in other ways. So, like, I still am fighting with the Gecko, the Geico Gecko. I got my premiums, my plan renews after the start of the year, and they want to raise my premium to $400
a month.
And I said, no, I'm not going to do that actually. So I got to find new insurance.
Yeah.
So I tracked that down.
I'm just saying, Chris. They saw that new job. They were like, hey.
Like, hang on, we get a bag here.
Yeah, 400. I mean, I know it's a valuable car, but it's worth less than the Fiesta.
It's worth less than the Fiesta.
Fuck.
And like, bro, listen. I understand you had to pay out once. Do you want the money back? I'll just give you the money. All right. I can't keep taking it like this, bro.
Yeah.
I just can't keep taking it like I'm gonna have to just walk.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I have to walk my husky
bicycle.
ass to work every day.
Won't be husky after that, dude. That's a far walk.
It's a far walk.
It's like a 5-hour walk. God damn.
Like, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna buzz into the building, and I'm just like, what's wrong? Why do you look so tired? I had to wake up at 3 a.m. to walk here.
Yeah. You're going to walk so much. You're going to be so fit. You'll look like handsome Squidward by like day 3.
The shape of my face, the bone structure is going to change.
You should honestly fact check how far of a walk that is at some point. Like, that's fucking crazy.
It's like, I don't know how long it is, but it's like 30 miles.
Say you're walking 3 miles an hour. Yeah, that's 10 hours.
I clock in, I do my work, I walk home, and then I immediately walk back.
You just do a U-turn.
Yeah. So that's
crazy.
what I got going on. And I had, it's just been, it's been rough out here for a guy,
Right.
So.
Been happening. Yeah, you're still in the limbo with your new job too. Like, just you haven't fully been like onboarded yet, so it'll probably get better once you're.
Yeah, I'm not in the groove that I was.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And it's crazy. I've never experienced this before ever. Literally ever. But since I started my new job, daily now I get crazy eye strain. I've never gotten eye strain.
A lot of computer time?
Yeah, like, because I'm in front of a computer for, like, most of the day.
Damn.
Aside from, like, lunch and when I'm, like, I physically can't take it anymore and I gotta, like, stand up and walk around. So, like, it's like, this... I know I look like a guy who's rather sedentary most of the time.
Yeah, we're really
but
not.
sitting down for, like, 8 entire hours straight is crazy.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I've never really gotten digital, like, eye strain. But I get, like, crazy at the office. So, like, by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm going to rip my eyes out.
Yeah, it's probably time to invest in some blue light glasses.
I've heard that, because that was my thought. I was like, does that actually help? Apparently it doesn't.
Oh, really?
Apparently it doesn't actually help. It helps with blue light.
For sleeping.
For sleeping. But I've heard it doesn't help with eye strain. The thing that helps the most with eye strain is shifting your focus every so often to an object that's like 20 feet away for like a minute and just look at that object.
Yeah, so you're not just one focal length, basically.
Because your eyes aren't meant to just like focus in on one point.
That episode of SpongeBob again, focusing.
Yeah.
Focusing.
So, and I've also moved the monitor like way back, so I'm like this now instead.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's true. I forgot it is more around the focus than it is the actual light emission.
Yeah, so your eyes get like physically strained. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's a muscle, right? At the end of the day, like you're literally contracting a muscle for the whole time.
But I've had I started using eye drops, and that shit doesn't work at all. And so my eyes at the end of the day are just like red, and I just like they hurt. And then I start driving home, and I'm like, all of a sudden I feel great.
Yeah.
All of a sudden my eyes are in peak efficiency for how shitty my eyes are.
So it's like 10% of a normal human eye.
Yeah, fun fact about me, my vision's actually terrible.
What is your number?
I have no idea. It's like 2100 or something. Like it's my vision's so bad.
God damn.
If I didn't have contacts in or glasses on or something, if I was to read a book, just a regular like print book, I would have to hold it like this.
Yeah, you're nearsighted?
Like crazy, yeah. And I'm not getting LASIK. I know that because LASIK sounds terrifying. It only takes like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's also scary sounding.
It's also a decent bit of recovery with it too, no?
I don't think so. I don't think because your eye heals pretty quick.
You have to wear glasses though. I thought like sunglasses for a week.
Something like that. Like I just don't like the idea. Where I heard it described, where it's like they go in and they like numb your eyes, and then they're like, "All right, I'm gonna do this," and then you go blind for a minute, and then they shoot a laser in your eye, and they go, "All right," and then they reattach your eyes basically. Dude, they fucking plug your inputs back in.
Well, I was gonna say it's like Cyberpunk when you get the new outfits, and he's like, "All right, anyway," so and he's talking to you with a black screen. Like that's scary, dude.
I can't just risk, waking up and maybe they don't plug me in right.
Plug it in upside down.
They plug it in wrong, or they bend a pin or something. Now I'm fucked up, and I can see even worse than I already can.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a bit terrifying.
I'll just jam my fingers in my eyes. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind the contacts. Some people are really weird about contacts and eye stuff. It's really not that serious.
Yeah.
I've been doing contacts for so long that like the reflex that shuts your eye when there's stuff in there, it's dead.
Yeah.
So I can just like...
Well, I was talking to our old boss about that because he had a contact issue the other day. And I was asking him, like, I've never even put, like, colored contacts in for fun. I've always wanted to just to, like, see what it's like. And that's exactly what he said. He said, you just got to kill the reflex. Like, you just keep doing it so much that your eye just goes, all right, I guess this is it.
The first, 2 weeks with contacts suck.
Yeah.
After that, it's super easy. Like, I don't need a mirror or anything to put it in. I just, and then when I take them out, they have this, way you're supposed to do it. Oh, my God. They have this way that's, recommended that you do it where you got to, take it and then, move it so that it's, out of round, and then you can get it and you just pull it. I just pinch it.
One of these days it's going to be stuck to your eye.
Oh, shit. One of these days my whole eyeball's going to come out. That's interesting.
Pop it back in.
I actually put that one upside down, too.
Is there you might know this. I feel like you would know this. Is there a polarity to your eyes? Like, could you literally go upside down and then your vision would be upside down? I thought there wasn't.
I don't think so.
Because the nerves, the way they are, they're already inverse. Like, it's an upside down image that your brain corrects.
And even if, so I don't know how the nerve really works, but yes, the image coming in is upside down.
And your brain
even then, what will happen, there was an experiment done where people would wear these glasses and the lenses flip your vision upside down. And the brain, after a couple days of wearing these, recorrected the vision.
That's fucking insane.
So it would come in upside down from the glasses. It was then flipped upside down. The brain flipped it upside down, so their vision was just always upside down. And then it flipped it again.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Oh, how about that? And then they had to take the glasses off, and it was another couple days before their eyes unflipped themselves.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that, but that'd be terrifying.
The human brain is do that and drive. I think it'd be funny.
So on today's video, right off a fucking bridge.
I put
it in sixth instead of first.
All right, let's see. Upside down, so my clutch pedal.
I'm using my hands to drive.
Driving. It doesn't even make sense. Like your feet are in the windshield.
Literally has nothing to do with the vision, but that's just how it feels best. Yo, you could do a handstand and see right side up. Like, that's freaky. That's super freaky.
That's crazy. You could actually see right side up right now if you just stand on your feet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
Dude, that is weird, though. Yeah, that is some weird shit.
Yeah, the human brain is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I hope, as time goes on, we get an even better understanding of how, different fucking sub-constructs work. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to start circuit bending my brain. Like how they get little kids' toys and they fuck with the circuitry so it makes weird noises. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to start poking wires around in my brain, see what synapses I can connect.
Perhaps have a misfire or two.
Maybe. I've already have a lot of misfires in my synapses.
Yeah. I have 163.
Yeah, my synapses, I have 2 left that work.
They're like...
my entire brain is moving like Arthur Morgan in Chapter 6, dude.
Everything's yellow. We're seeing deer everywhere or wolves.
Yeah. My last 2 synapses that exist are they're on the floor rolling around.
God gave you all I had.
Nuts.
Oh, fuck, man. But, is that what you got for your updates?
Yeah, man. A lot of bullshitting.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Listen, I want to preface this as well. I want to preface this 18 minutes into the episode.
Just move the audio.
We're bums, right?
Bum DC.
Like I said, we don't talk much anymore because I'm at a different job. So we were thinking that we don't talk too much anymore. So we got to figure out time to communicate. And that's why last episode and then this episode are going to be kind of segmentless.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that time to talk. But we're figuring it out. We set aside some time. We're going to make some time. Yeah, and we got something cooking. We always got something cooking. You know us.
It's just usually very undercooked or not cooked.
Yeah, does it get finished? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
We're not good chefs.
We leave that ambiguous.
Yeah.
Who knows if what we got in the oven makes it out?
The oven might not even be working.
The oven might be off. Sometimes.
Chris, I didn't pay the gas bill, dude.
But Our oven's electric, so
Oh fuck!
I don't know what the
Why did I
gas
hook
is
up a
going
gas
to. But there is this weird tube in the basement that I've been sucking on.
That's my weird.
We're getting weird this episode. We're getting weird. But yes,
Yeah, to Chris's point.
To address it up top, we're bums this week. This is another classic episode, but we're working on it. We got something in the works. We always got something in the works. We're gonna loop back on some other projects, and we're gonna do some more division of labor stuff. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I had to take a salary cut. No big deal.
It'll all work out in the end. It'll
Or it
all
might
work
not.
out in the end.
Or it could not.
Or maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows?
Perchance it won't.
Perchance. You know, what I know now is we're here making an episode.
We are here.
And we have yet to miss a week, so...
Just saying. Miracles. Take your miracles when you can take them. You know? Small
Exactly. You know,
miracles.
take the wins you can get.
Yeah. But speaking of wins, this has nothing to do with the win. But I was ready, bro. I almost had the boxing gloves on. I was gonna go for the vet. I was gonna kick her ass, bro.
Damn.
She's
Okay.
pissing me off, Chris.
Why?
She's pissing me off. So I talked about last episode how Oscar was just broken, right? His software update crashed his BIOS.
Yeah, like he needs a new muffler or something.
Yeah, like just some shit. Like he's just all fucked up. So no, I talked about how he had blood in his urine and he's on a thyroid med now. So if I told you, Chris, here's a pill, okay?
Pill.
The normal doses of that pill is half the pill in the morning, half the pill at night. Half pill twice daily is the normal dose.
Bet.
But for the first 3 weeks, I want you to just do it daily. What was your interpretation of that statement? Even though I know it's kind of ambiguous.
So it's normal dose, half pill, twice daily, but for the first few, just do it once daily.
Half pill.
Half pill, once daily.
Okay, that's your interpretation?
That's my interpretation of that,
Keep in mind, he has no prior knowledge of this, so that's how I interpreted it, right? So I was told, hey, he's on the amoxicillin, give him that for the 14 days. During those 14 days, do it just daily. That way we can see, that he doesn't just go, oh, I'm allergic to this and die, right? So,
Yeah. So he's ramping him up.
Yeah. All right, great. I do that. Time goes on. It's, I think, Thursday. The dosage I gave him this morning of the amoxicillin was his last dose officially. So I asked her like 3 days ago, like, hey, he's getting towards the end credits here for the amoxicillin. Can I get a urine test strip so that way I can urine test them to see if there's still blood in his urine? And you know her response was, does he have symptoms of a UTI? So at that point, I'm already like, okay, what the fuck? So I message her back.
I don't know, lady. You're the cat doctor.
So I message her back. I go, no, period. In fact, he's never had symptoms of a UTI. The only symptom was the blood in the urine. Okay, her response. Well, is he straining to pee? And I put, again, no, he's never strained to pee. The only symptom was you found blood in the urine. She goes, okay, let's just see how he does then. So I was like, you're yanking my chain, right? Like, Chris, hypothetically, right?
Okay.
You take your car in.
Right.
Like, hey, the car won't start. They go, all right, no problem, but come back in an hour, we'll have it fixed.
Right.
You come back in an hour, you go, is it fixed? They go, I don't know. You go, oh, can I start it? They go, no. Don't try. But the symptom was it wouldn't start. Yeah, no, it should be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I was so angry. I was so annoyed. So I ended up buying my own test kit. It's coming in Tuesday, but I was just like still just gobsmacked at this thought processes because my immediate thing is to make analogies. Giraffe Man has rubbed off on me. I tend to make analogies a lot now.
What to you?
Oh, shit. Oh, no, the secret's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. Giraffe Man, I'm
giraffe's
sorry.
out of the bag.
Giraffe Man gets a divorce on Monday. This episode's on Wednesday.
He gets the pre-release. He's like in court that Monday, processed and out.
But so I make a lot of analogies. So immediately I start going on a tirade. I go on a tirade to my current boss, your old boss, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I make references to my job that I won't get into because it'd be a little too specific, but I'm like, what if I did this? And he's like, well, maybe she just thinks it's enough. And I said, oh, that's great. So when my family member goes in for chemotherapy, I want them to just give him a little chemo and go, yeah, you're probably good. And never retest, ever. You're probably all right.
Just a drop of chemotherapy.
You're probably all right. Don't worry about it.
Hey, listen, I got this lump that I need checked out. I'm not sure if it's like cancerous. Like,
Might
I'm
be
not
benign.
sure.
Who knows?
It might be. I don't know. You're the doctor. You need to check it out. Well, do you have any symptoms of cancer? I don't know. You're the doctor.
Yes, I have a lump. Yes.
I don't know. You're the doctor, guy.
Well, are you like dying?
Not
I don't know,
actively.
bro.
I mean, everyone's kind of
I don't have
dying.
a fucking health bar that's deteriorating, like, bro.
Yeah, I've been taking 5 damage a second since I got here, bro.
So I'm just like, in my head, I'm just trying to wrap my head around, like, okay, I get that under a lot of circumstances, like, there are symptoms. Like, you snap your arm is snapped.
Fair.
It's healed when it's no longer snapped.
Shit hurty.
Right? Okay, so you have a UTI. Common symptoms are straining, but you never had any of those symptoms ever to begin with. The only oddity was blood in the urine, which is not visible to the naked eye. There's no way to test it other than the test strip, but we're not going to do that. And everyone that I've said that to has been like, well, maybe she thinks the medicine's enough. I'm like, that's great. I'm glad she thinks it's enough.
You're not going to test the theory?
That's fantastic. I don't care what she thinks. I want fat. And then, the guy who runs our D&D now was like, well, maybe, he goes, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of vets I worked with, they don't value human life when I made like the chemo analogy as equivalent to animals. They think humans are more important. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But I'm going to be real with you. This cat is more important than most humans to me that I know.
Fair.
So I don't care how she feels. I know what I want. And what I want is to make sure that he doesn't have a UTI still, or at least blood in the urine. Because guess how upset I'm going to be if I just go, oh yeah, he's probably all right, and then he dies of kidney failure with blood in his urine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna GTA 5 this entire country. I'm gonna wreak havoc if that shit happens.
Yeah, fair. Like, if I, listen, I think, personally, if I had blood in my urine, I would be very concerned.
Yeah.
About what, if I was given, like, medicine. It's like, this is a urine blood remover. It'll suck the blood right out.
I want to suck.
I'm like, all right, bet. And then there's still maybe blood in my urine. They're like, we're just not going to look, actually.
Yeah. If we don't look, it can't hurt you.
Yeah, it's bringing it back to the arm snapping analogy. There's like, oh, well, it's probably fine. We're not going to take another X-ray, I don't think.
Yeah. Just try to punch something real hard. See if it breaks.
Just just grab your arm and just do this and see.
Does it break?
Does it break again?
Oh, it broke. Oh yeah.
Oh, is it on? Did you bust out a level? Are you sure it's back on straight?
Yeah, so asinine to me. And then to add insult to injury, the later half of that message about the let's see how he does was, just continue to give him the pill twice daily. I replied, I was like, I haven't been giving him the pill twice daily. You said exclusively not to make sure he doesn't die of an allergic reaction. And it's just like this muddled line of communication that is frustrating me. And I said to my mom, if her big thing is, because again, she's giving me professional advice. I'm using quotations for our audio listeners. So if she wants to be paid for that, even though it's just a text message, I'm cool with that. I will pay you $50 for every hour of your time or whatever. That's great. That's fine. But don't beat around the bush. Give me an answer, Ubisoft has no problem bending me over saying, fucking download our DLC, bitch. So just tell me that. Just say, hey, if you need any further assistance, I'm going to require compensation. Great. Here's the money. What's the problem? What do I do? I'm not a fucking vet.
Well, though, thinking about it, that was kind of something that was happening when Chunk got clogged and he had the tape in his intestine. I took him to the vet, I think, in the week. Because, he didn't eat for, a week. And after, day 1, I was like, he didn't eat at all. He's not using the litter box at all. What's going on? So I took him to the vet. And then the vet was like, oh, he's probably got, a stomach thing going on. And then I'm like, all right, cool. What do I do about that? And they're like, oh, just give him this certain food and then try it. And then he still wasn't eating and whatever. So I'm like, nothing's happening. What's going on? So vet appointment number 2. All right, we'll do an X-ray, and then let's do more of this food. I'm like, okay, cool. X-ray didn't turn up anything, which I still find kind of weird.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, but anyway, all right, cool. And then there was some third time I brought him in. There's 3 appointments in a week.
He's still broken.
He's doing even worse now. And then they're like, all right, here's a clinic. They'll do an ultrasound I'm like, you couldn't have told me that a week ago, lady?
Like, even if it was $400 and turned up nothing, like, you at least know.
Like, even if it was $400 and it turned up nothing, it would have been, $600. I would have saved taking this motherfucker to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then so he finally goes to the clinic. Ultrasound.
Surprise, he has tape.
Surprise. Oh, he's got an intestinal blockage. Let's remove it. Oh, 2 days later, he was back home.
Yeah.
He was back home.
Yeah.
He was chilling.
That's weird, right? Like,
Yeah, and he was ravenous. He was eating so much food.
he's like, finally.
He was eating so much food, shitting. He was shitting so much. It was crazy.
But like that, our boss or my boss had said like, oh, maybe she just doesn't want to like commit to an answer in case she's wrong. And I said, listen, that's great. I would rather her say, hey, let's do the retest, and I find more blood and find out that he didn't have a UTI and it's something else, than be told, I think it's fine, and then he dies of something else anyway.
Like,
Like, something's better than nothing. I'm not particularly going to go, I can't believe you prescribed him amoxicillin, and it wasn't that, if that was the case.
If there's someone I want to have really good troubleshooting skills, because that's all it is, really.
Yeah.
If I want someone to have really good troubleshooting skills, it's doctors and, like, vets and things.
Yeah.
Because their whole thing is to figure out what's wrong with people and animals, right? And then basic troubleshooting is, okay, problem occurs. Maybe it's this. Let's try this, and then test again.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it doesn't work or not. You don't know if it works or not unless you test again.
Yeah.
And then that isolates that variable, and then you can try something else.
And the problem is, like, with a cat, especially or any animal, is like, this isn't a 10-year-old kid or my mom where I can go, hey, does it hurt to pee? He's not going to go, oh, dude, man, I just took a piss. That shit hurted.
He's not going to be like, Jordan, I require medical assistance.
Yeah, he's going to do what any animal does, which is just go, oh, shit, that sucks. Especially cats, the notoriously high pain tolerance animals.
Yeah, cats are crazy because it's just like, yeah, guess I'm dying. Like,
yeah,
like it's crazy because I came home one day and Chunk had like a limp, like he was favoring one paw, like he wouldn't really commit the steps with a certain paw. I'm like, that's weird, and I was looking that up, and people were like, yeah, just carefully like squeeze down his leg and his paw because it might be broken and they just don't care.
Yeah, they just ignore it.
Like, what? Wasn't broken. He was fine. He just jumped from a higher height than usual and landed funny.
Yeah, he just didn't do the
next
right
day
thing.
he was fine.
Yeah,
so.
He had a sore paw. But to your point, like, that same symptom, that very minor symptom of like, oh, he's not putting a lot of weight on that, could be, oh, he just, he stubbed his toe, or he snapped his fucking arm.
Yeah, cats are crazy. Like with the amount of...
It's not like Oscar goes to take a piss and goes, ah, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Like,
My dick hurt.
He just sits there and pisses, and he's like, yes. And then he just...
quite.
And then he just walks around. Like, I need to take that extra step to... like, test for this, Like,
yeah. Oh, like, man, that's funny.
It's like, oh, my car makes a noise. I'm not going to start it, though. I don't need to hear it. It's just making a noise. Don't worry about it. Like, no, motherfucker, you do the thing to make the thing happen. In this case, the thing is test for blood. Like, motherfucker. So I bought my own test kit. I'm just going to do it myself. But I'm like, it's not very appreciative of, like, the fucking vagueness. Like, I get not wanting to be like,
yeah,
it is this. But, like, that's fine. Tell me something, though.
I don't know. Yeah, vet services are kind of crazy, though. Like, with things like that. Because now that the more and more I think about it, I was like, huh. Because the vet I would take Chunk to is like, 'cause he hasn't been to the vet in a little while. But, like, they're usually pretty good. But, like, the last time, they were still on, like, COVID protocols, so I couldn't go in. So, like, someone would come out and take him from me into the building, do the appointment, and then come back.
I remember doing that with Jerry.
And then, like, on the way out, the lady who had him was holding him like a briefcase. It was crazy. Like, she was handling this animal in a cage like you would handle like a suitcase with, like, like a piece of luggage.
Yeah.
Like a briefcase with documents in it. It's like, why are you holding them like that? Why? She was like, it was just the way she was handling this. She was, like, swinging them around. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. It's a live animal in there.
Yeah, and, like, I get, like, for you as the owner, it's probably worse, because I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing?
I didn't even, because I didn't even say anything, but I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, I get like what the D&D host said like about how human life is different, but like, how would you feel if you just gave birth and they went to put the baby in? They're like having a conversation. Hey, Joanne, as they're like holding the baby by the back of its fucking neck.
Yo, check this thing out.
Well, this thing shit itself.
Holding them by the top of the head.
Like,
yo, check this fucking thing out.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like,
it's a healthy looking baby, huh?
Like with an animal, the cat's not happy about being there, and you're not helping it by shaking the shit out of it. You're making it feel less secure than it already does.
And like he's already really unhappy about being in this little crate.
Yeah,
you know, he's not good with confined spaces. But then when I get home and I leave the fucking thing open, he sits in there.
He's like, all right, now I'm chill.
But he won't get in there if I want him to be in there.
Yeah,
so
asshole. But yeah, no, that was my big fucking gripance for the week. Like, that happened last week, but it was just kind of like, you know, I don't like vagueness, and it's probably in part due to my job being, you know, a support for other people. Is like, when I request support, I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah.
And not even like I'm saying like I want her to be 100% accurate. She needs to tell me every little thing.
No, because there's variances to everything.
Yeah, like it very well might not be a UTI, but like that's why I want to know. Is because if the medicine did nothing, then we need to go to plan B. Like what is plan B? I don't know. Maybe it's a bladder scan. Maybe it's fucking blood work. I don't know. But we got to get there, you know?
Yeah.
And sure enough, if I test them and, oh, what do you know? Blood's gone. Or it's way reduced. Give them a little more medicine. Oh, it's gone. Great, cool, awesome.
Now we know.
Like, that's great. But I don't know that until I test that. So to tell me, like,
kind of asinine.
Let's see how he does. Like, hey, remember you said let's see how he does? Yeah, he's dead. Like, that's going to be a much harder call.
Right, so is he doing well, or?
Like, I've already
like,
said...
how dead is he?
Rigor mortis set in.
You think we could jumpstart him?
Oh, man. Especially, right, with urine-related things on a cat, which most commonly have kidney issues. Like,
yeah, fair.
It's a common thing. Like, I don't know. It dumbfounds me, and it just disappoints me. And it infuriates me, and gobsmacks me, Chris.
Yeah.
But on a positive note, or at least maybe we'll see if it's positive, what have you been playing? You've been doing a little gaming.
Listen, I got to talk about a video game that I've talked about many times before, and I fucking love this game.
And I almost bought it the other day.
Fucking Snowrunner is such a fantastic video game.
Yeah, it's
such a fantastic video game. It is in its third year of release, and for the base price of the game is $40, and then each year expansion's $30, which sounds steep. So
right.
it's
so
like
$130 total, all in.
So I bought all 3 years plus the base game, so it sounds steep, but I have like 200 hours in this game.
Damn, I was gonna ask.
And I have like, you know how like when you watch like a Jerry Rig Everything review, he's got the little picks that he scratches.
The more hardness.
Yeah, the one before that like really deep scratches happen, where he's like, oh, light scratches on this one. Yeah, that's what I've done with that game. It's like it.
Yeah.
There's so much shit in that game that I haven't played, unlocked. There's like probably 6 or 7 of the maps of the like 15 I haven't even started.
That's crazy.
There's so much fucking stuff to do in that game, and it's so fun. It's such a great game to like, you know, set up and just sink time into. Like last weekend, Sunday, I jumped on that game when I woke up around like 10:30 or something. I jumped on the game at 11, and I didn't put down my controller until like 8.
Holy shit, yeah.
I played that game for so long. The last game I did that with, because I don't do that very often, the last game I did that with was Stardew Valley. I played Stardew Valley for like 12 hours straight, and I was like,
shit.
I like had to drive after that. I went to go like get food, and I was like, I just forgot how to function in the real world after a while.
Yeah.
So, and I don't do that very often, but like Snowrunner is one of those games I've done that. I'm like, holy shit, this game is fan-fucking-tastic. It's so fun. If you like chill kind of driving games where you can like just put on a podcast or some music or some YouTube or something on one monitor and get like the game going on the other, pulling trucks, planning logistics, or if you really want to get in the weeds of like, all right, if I get this truck here, I know this truck can do this type of terrain. If I plan out my logistics route here, I can make sure I only have to do 2 trips instead of 4. So one of the setups I had to bring one of the recent DLCs, which I don't know when this was released, because the concept of it is kind of insensitive now that I'm thinking about it. You know how Canada burst into flames a while ago?
Yeah.
This particular season, which I think might have been released right before that happened, is about taking care of towns in Canada after wildfires.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So that's
it's
the
like
whole
the fucking
thing.
Simpsons predicting the future.
And I don't know what what the release schedule was. I don't know. I don't care to speak on that.
But
Either way, that's the point. Is wildfires. So I had to get a certain amount of water to 3 different warehouses. It was like 1,600 gallons of water.
Damn.
To 3 different warehouses. So my solution to this was like, all right, I know if I use the semi-trailer water tanker, it only holds like 900 gallons. But if I use the frame add-on, that holds like 450. And then if I use the regular trailer, that holds like another 500. So I'm actually getting more water to these, places. So what I did was I had one truck with that setup, and then another truck with that setup, and then I ran them like a train. I winched one truck to the other, and I dragged the other truck, both of these trucks, down the whole route. And then I had a third truck that I used with a fuel tanker that would run support. So it was like a little scout truck and the little scout fuel trailer. And I was like, all right, because this is a long operation and takes up a lot of gas. So we'll have this truck run through here with the trailer to fuel up these trucks.
Yeah.
And it was just shit like that. Or, oh, I got this mission where I have to get stuff off the ground, lost cargo. Let me grab this truck, which has a heavy crane on it, and I'll get this truck, which I know is really good in the mud, so I'll do this, and I'll get this truck over here, and I'll get this truck here, bop, boop, bop.
And load the truck, yeah.
It's such a fun game.
Yeah.
It's such a good game.
And for the price offering, like, you get lots of
Even
content.
if you just buy the base game, I ain't kidding you. Just the base game, you could spend 600 hours in just the base game.
Yeah.
The 4 maps that they give you.
That's crazy.
So
I've been thinking about getting it, but then I just thought about it. I have it on Epic Games, so I should actually try to download it with the Epic Game Launcher on Steam Deck.
it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so worth it.
I remember the one time we played. I
bet
think
it
we
would
had
be
like 10 hours.
I bet it would be a great Steam Deck game.
Yeah.
If
I
you're doing
believe it's
nothing
verified.
and you're just like,
Drive a truck.
It's not like American Truck Simulator, which I also tried playing a little bit, which seems like a game ostensibly I would be into. And I
Yeah.
played it for a couple hours. I'm like, all right, that's fun. And I haven't really touched it, but it doesn't have that same level of depth where I have to plan every gear change. I got to make sure, all right, high range, low range, put on the Jake brake, I got to slow down.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's traffic diversion. I got to go this way instead. I got to take a detour.
Yeah.
It doesn't have shit like that, whereas like the transmission setup is very like rudimentary. It's like you have automatic, you have high range, you have low range, and you have reverse.
Yeah.
Pick your poison. It's gonna go no matter what you do. You have a button for winch, and you can pull trucks.
Yeah.
It's really
It's focused more on the actual driving and like maneuvering than it is
Yeah.
on like, well, you see, you were in the wrong gear, so you stalled and blew up.
yeah, and even then, like you don't have to really be super knowledgeable about
Right.
certain off-roading concepts. It's very much like, oh, this is mud, so I reckon
tire.
the best idea is to use mud tires. Oh, this is snow. I think the best idea would be to use chained snow tires. So let's do that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of things like that.
Yeah. I feel like more is like more of the skill, at least from when I played. Again, we only played like 10 hours or 8 hours that day, but like the skill came in of like selecting the right truck for the job. So like you can't be bringing this big fuck off truck if you're going through like a little wooded area.
Yeah,
you got to bring a little fucking tuk and
that is the thing. Is like
skill.
knowing when to use scout trucks or knowing how to plan routes where like. What I've done before is I would use a trailer and have like smaller trucks on the trailer, and then I would kind of deploy these smaller trucks, go grab the cargo, transfer it to the big truck that can stay on the kind of paved road.
Right.
And then just with the paved truck, and then I can use the smaller trucks to kind of pull it out of binds because you kind of have to cut corners pretty tightly, and doing that with a really big trailer is tough.
Yeah.
So what I'll do sometimes is I'll have to either like jackknife the truck to pull it around, or like, oh, let's do this. Let's get the truck completely like this, and then we'll take the trailer and just winch it to a tree.
Yeah.
And then we can straighten out.
Right.
Like it's
literally pulling you around the corner. Yeah.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game. It's worth playing.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes a lot of sense. Like I enjoyed it when we played. It's
tons
definitely
of mod support too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it does have a lot of mod support. Wasn't there like some licensed mods? Like you can straight up get like a fucking Bronco and shit. Like I remember you had
like
one.
the thing with the mods store on PC, they have no control over licensing on PC because they're not releasing these mods in any official capacity. So it doesn't have to be, they don't have to worry about rights. On console, it's a bit different because technically the mods are considered DLCs. You don't have to pay for them, obviously, but like...
But it's still downloadable content.
Yeah, it's still downloadable, so it has to be run through a process. So there are a lot of like console-friendly trucks, which may be based on a real truck. Oh, this looks identical to, a Peterbilt. But it's called like a
pooper built.
Yeah, it's called like a poo truck 389 or something.
Yeah,
it's shit like that. Or there's like a 1-to-1 model of an F-250 in that game, and it's just called like Banks 250 or something.
Yeah,
it's the same model. It's just the logo is just blacked out.
Yeah,
so it's shit like that. So the mod support's pretty good.
Right.
So it's a fun game. It's worth playing. I like it.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those games too that like there's a lot of big games out there like with a lot of hours of content that like you pick up, and if you don't see them to completion, you feel like you did a disservice. This is one of the games where like you could pick it up and you don't have to beat the game. Like you can just play a couple maps, do some shit. You don't really feel guilty of like, oh man, I should have like seen the story through or whatever. Like there's not a whole lot to it. It's about the gameplay.
It's also one of those games that you can install a mod that gives you like infinite money, XP, and
just sandbox it
and trucks, and it legitimately does not give you any advantage. Like
true.
If they gave you infinite money, max level, and all the trucks unlocked, you gain actually almost nothing.
Yeah.
Because by the time you're like, I don't know, 10 hours into the game, you've unlocked most of the shit anyway. And trucks are so fluid with money where like you can buy a truck and sell it for the same price you bought it. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you can just, and you find so many trucks that you can just sell.
True.
So it's shit that like that where it doesn't give you any real advantage because the gameplay is pulling shit through the mud and the water and finding like new ways to do things, climbing mountains and shit like that.
Or in our case, when I played with Chris, perhaps flipping over like 3 trucks in the woods and having to pull them out.
Yeah, granted, I don't know how they polished it off, but the multiplayer desync was crazy. Where you could, if you went into another map with another person, it would be like one person would spawn on the map, the host would spawn on the map just fine, and the other person would spawn in like upside down, and then would like ping into space.
Yeah, there was
like that.
There was a whole point where we had to actually travel to the maps and have to. All right, Chris, did you pull away yet? Okay, now I can go.
Yeah, because it wouldn't actually do the thing that it does in the game when you play single player, what it's supposed to do, where the trucks will clip through each other
Yeah.
until you move.
We would just stack and then ping off into
Yeah.
space. Like I would just get fucking launched. Like,
Yeah.
or
So-
you would just get launched, or you would just like.
And that's the only like bad thing I have to say about the game is like the desync's pretty bad.
It ran great. It looked great. It ran great. Like
It runs fine.
Optimized
It
well.
looks decent.
the physics are really good.
The physics are really good. Like you actually feel the like bending of the frame of the truck.
Yeah.
Where like you can understand when you're like, oh, I'm kind of doing this. Where you know when you're in a pickup truck and you physically can feel that the cab and the bed are two separate entities.
Yeah.
You hit a
you
bump.
feel your whole ass end twisting.
Yeah, you hit a bump and you can feel the rear end twist.
Yeah.
It's like that. You can actually like physically feel the frame twisting and shit like that and
There's good feedback to it.
You
as
can
well.
even use that to your advantage in some cases.
Yeah.
And it's again, keep saying it. Sound like a broken record. It's a fun game. Worth playing.
It's gonna sound cliche, but I feel like that's a game, and maybe it already has this. I don't think it does though. But that's a game that would really benefit from using the DualSense, like haptic feedback, like adaptive triggers and shit.
It doesn't have that level of it, but it has
Rumble.
like it has pretty good rumble.
Yeah.
And the rumble on the PS5 controller is like a whole nother level of rumble.
It's so good. Like again, it's very gimmicky, but like even in Spider-Man 2, the feeling of swinging is just like.
Granted, the last time I had any solid time on a controller was the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So going from that to fucking haptics on the PlayStation 5 is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I was used to this, my controller just being like,
Yeah.
and now it's like,
Yeah, it literally like you in Gran Turismo, like our old boss had talked about when he plays Gran Turismo. He's like, if you hit gravel, like you feel like almost like the rots pinging your head. Like it's pretty crazy, dude.
It's
like,
kind of like that.
It is pretty good. Like it's definitely gimmicky. I would never say like get the console for that reason, but like if you have a PS5 controller, like Alan Wake 2 supports the DualSense like natively on PC, it makes a difference. Like firing a shotgun in Alan Wake is like with a controller, dude. Like it's another experience. It's fucking dope. And then Spider-Man 2, like swinging and catapulting and shit is like, oh yeah, like launch point or point launch as they call it. Always nice.
I still got to play that game, Spider-Man 2. I redeemed the key.
That's
I have
good.
not installed it on the PlayStation though.
You should. It's not that long. I beat it in 18 hours. I haven't 100%ed it, but main story and like some decent side stuff.
Yeah, I don't like. It's one of those games like I don't care to 100% it. I just want to play the game.
Yeah, I do plan to 100% it at some point, but not
You
yet.
know, we got Peter himself over here.
Yeah, call me Peter Parker.
He's fucking 100%ing every Spider-Man game to exist.
Yeah, pretty much. I do have Spider-Man 1 100%ed on both PC and PS5. Or no, I'm sorry. I have it 100%ed on PS5 and 99% on PC. And then I want to get the platinum, but I have to replay it one more time on PS5 to get the platinum. So,
I see.
So what are you gonna do? But Snowrunner, fun. I was thinking about getting it in the Steam sale for Steam Deck, but I have it on Epic. I might try it there and see what the performance difference is.
Yeah.
But
It's worth a shot, and it ran pretty well under Linux using Lutris. It ran pretty well, from my experience. There was like some weird things where like when it would auto save, it would hang up for a bit longer than usual. But that was kind of it.
Yeah, just weird shit like that. But did you see the Steam Deck OLED came out?
That's just out now.
Yeah, I wish they had done a trade-in program. I 100% understand why they're not. Because like I was telling my boss, I was like, for $250, I could validate this upgrade, but for $700, I cannot validate this
Considering
upgrade.
you spent $700 on the other thing already.
Yeah, like the fucking incredible screen, bigger battery, better buttons, like the actual quality of life of the device is better. Like there's a lot of just little improvements they didn't even talk about, like louder speakers, better haptics, like just all this shit that stats up to be like this is like a 1.5. Like this is like every complaint everyone said about the Steam Deck, like as few as there really was.
This is like your PS4 Pro type shit.
But even like I'd say it's slight tier above that because the Pro was kind of gimmicky as fuck. Like I had the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and like it was more about the adoption side of it. Like a lot of devs didn't bother to even really unlock the frame rate. Like that's what they would normally do. Is like, yeah, it's unlocked, but they wouldn't like optimize it for 60. It would just be like, yeah, we just unlocked it, so now it just can run better potentially.
Yeah,
but like this is like a nice little overhaul. But like Yeah, if I was gonna spend $650 again, like I said to our boss, like I would just get like the Lenovo Legion Go. Like I would get a new device to try instead of just getting the 1.5 of the one I already have. Like if I just had $700 burning a hole in my pocket, I'm gonna go for the Legion Go because it's bigger, better screen, way better power when you put it in turbo mode or whatever the fuck. It's got the detachable controllers like Joy-Cons.
It's got turbo on it.
It does.
Shit spools up.
It does. Actually, that's the big thing about the OLED is the Steam Deck OLED actually has a way better fan, way quieter, like infinitely quieter.
Really, and I found that in my limited experience, the Steam Deck fan isn't even that egregiously loud.
Do me a favor, play On Guard. It's an indie game, but it's not optimized well. Or play the SpongeBob game that was like destroying my battery. It's like PS4 levels of loud.
Oh, really?
It is bad.
Because I haven't played anything particularly intensive with the Steam Deck. I played like Stardew Valley. I played like Car Mechanic Simulator. And then I played like a little bit of Days Gone. And even Days Gone, it didn't spool like crazy.
For whatever reason, like certain games do it. Like games like that will be fine. And then I'll play an indie game and it really like pushes it maybe because of optimization. But like it's close to what this laptop does sometimes. Like it's pretty close.
This one or that one?
Whatever one usually does.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, that it can get kind of rough, but it's not
because this is
not
like
that bad.
It's not running full bore right now, but it's like even running full bore, this laptop's fairly quiet.
Yeah, it is that one, and that one that just keeps ramping on us or whatever. Yeah, it's a worthwhile improvement, but like yeah, for $700, like no. But I understand why they're not doing the trading because they did a last time buy on the old model,
like if you didn't have one already,
now would be the time.
Yeah,
like it's, and then like I said, they're selling the old ones for cheap too. So like my sister was saying like, what kind of gaming laptop can I get for $200 to $300? I told her straight up, I said, do not get that. Get the lowest model Steam Deck, which is at a last time buy of $350 right now. Because you will not find, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm like 90% sure I'm not, you will not find a gaming laptop for under $500 that even comes close to a Steam Deck for $350.
No, I think even looking in the used market, it's like, it's pretty dry out there for gaming. Because gaming laptops are kind of a very specific niche anyway.
Yeah.
So not a ton of people are buying them, and then when you buy them, they're expensive and they're hot.
Their performance loss over time is much more drastic than that of a desktop.
Performance is crazy, like because running on a desktop, even a kind of a compact form factor desktop.
Yeah, like mini ITX or whatever.
Yeah, like you're not constantly pegging your CPU at 98 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, you're not constantly pinning your GPU at like 99 or at like 89 or whatever. It's not that.
Yeah, but that's what it is
on your laptop. That Dell laptop over there, I've seen the CPU reach 100C multiple times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was rendering something on that laptop, and I was at like one of those like shitty plastic tables, folding tables.
Yeah, yep.
And I could feel the heat under the table when
That's
I touched
crazy.
the table.
That's ridiculous.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, it's bad. But like, yeah, I was telling her, I was like, dude, $350 for a Steam Deck, like you're not for $350 pound for pound. You're literally not getting a laptop.
If all you want to do is play games and be portable, that's your move. If you don't give a shit about Nintendo games at all, like if you care about Nintendo games and that's what you want to play, you just want to be, an Animal Crossing person.
Then a Switch.
Yeah, just buy a Switch. That's fine. Buy a Switch Lite or whatever. But if you want to just play games, all games, unlimited games, if you will, buy the Steam Deck. It's portable. You take it around.
And that's what she was saying. I was like, oh, I want it for The Sims, Dead by Daylight, and Baldur's Gate 3. And I was like, Baldur's Gate 3 actually runs really well on there up until Act 3, which apparently doesn't run well on PCs anyway at that point. But I was like, you will get, let's put it this way. For $350, the Steam Deck will run Baldur's Gate 3. At least run it. For $350, there is no laptop that will even boot that game. Like, there just isn't.
No.
Not unless you buy a fucking used, beaten, and battered laptop that someone just wants to get rid of.
I saw a video of a TikTok of a person trying to boot Baldur's Gate 3 on like a MacBook Pro, like an earlier model MacBook Pro. And you see the title screen, and then the screen just like went black. Like it was It could launch.
That was a good game.
It could launch. You get 1 frame. That's it.
Yeah. Take it or leave it.
Speaking of which, though, Baldur's Gate 3, I purchased that video game last night because some of the boys have been playing it.
Yep.
Together, because I did not know there was a co-op mode. But
yeah,
there
it's
is.
like 4-player or something.
Yeah, so they've been playing on and off, and I was like, can I just jump into a game? And they were like, yeah, I guess. So I bought the game, and then for some reason, Comcast was just giving me the cockcast last night. So I pulled pretty close to a meg down. It's like 900 megabit or something. So like my download speed's like 78 megabytes or like 80 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
And I was getting 20 downloading this fucking game. So it took like an hour to install, which granted...
That's not that bad. But still.
I will say when I first got my first gaming PC in 2014, if it took me an hour to install a game that's 110 gigs, I would have shat myself. I would have shat my 13-year-old britches.
Again.
Right? I would have shitted on top of what was already there.
Yeah.
Right? But now I'm just so... Because it took me an hour to install Skyrim, original Skyrim, which is 6 gigs.
Yeah.
So... This I would shit myself, and now I'm so jaded that I'm like, this is like a fucking hour to install. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. It's I had no fucking idea what was going on.
Yeah.
That game is very overwhelming.
It can be, yeah.
Granted, that may be something I'm saying because I dropped in. They've been playing the game. I haven't.
Yeah.
So I'm not super familiar with the systems at all. And it seems like a game with a lot of systems.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll probably spool up a single-player playthrough and then like work on it because it's definitely not the kind of game I would play looking at it. But I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, everyone says this game's so good.
It's supposed to be possibly
and
game of the year.
There's something special about walking around as a massive orc named Shrek. That's my character. With your meat out. That shit just swanging in the wind.
Yeah.
And it's that sold me on the game.
Well, you bought 2 copies, actually.
I bought every copy. Even every digital copy that exists.
You bought their servers.
But it's pretty good from my experience so far. Yeah. We got in 3 fights, and for 2 of them, the enemies for some reason targeted me specifically, and I died in both of them.
It was the Schmeat, dude.
In 2 of the 3 fights that we got into, and there was a speech check that I did where I rolled a nat 20, and then my fucking internet went out. I rolled the 20, I went, yo! Everyone saw the roll, and I got booted from the game. And I had to roll again, and I got a 4. And the check was 10. I was
crazy.
Pissed. I was so mad. It's like, all right, I failed the check. So then everyone starts trying to check. We ran through it 3 more times and didn't pass.
Jesus Christ.
It was so fucking stupid. I was so mad. Comcast, I don't know what it is. They pull my internet connection at completely arbitrary times. So, like, it'll work perfectly. And then, like, randomly, specifically when I'm on Discord, it will cut my connection.
They're like, get this guy off the air.
Yeah, that's it. It's only when I'm on Discord. And then, like, when I was working from home the other day, it cut my connection at, like, 8 in the morning. So I'm like, I boot up my laptop. I'm, like, trying to get this fucking VPN connection to work. And I'm like, all right. I spent, like, 10 minutes getting it going. And then, internet's out. And it doesn't go out. It just lapses for a moment.
Yeah. It just hung up.
Yeah, it just hangs up for a moment. So I spent like half an hour getting this fucking VPN working to get working.
Literally, yeah.
It was, so it's only at the most inopportune times that my internet goes out.
Right.
But,
like you go to win the lottery, and you're like trying to redeem it, but you have 30 seconds to redeem it, and then it goes out.
Yeah, like I redeem it, I click send, and it goes, all right, sending, do not close this browser window, internet goes out, and then I'm like, oh shit, it didn't go through. Let me send it again. Invalid. You don't get that. Yeah. So that's my very limited experience with Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't delved super deep into it, and I might soon. I'm not sure. Who knows?
Yeah.
Point being, I hope it's a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I might get it at some point. I've been just kind of holding it off because it's like, it's a big game. And like, I ain't
It
got
is
that
a
kind of
fucking
dull.
massive game. Just from like the 2 or 3 hours or whatever I played it.
You can do like anything.
I would like open it. It was a point where I was being like guided through how to play because it was like, all right, first you do this, and then there's all these like different contextual menus and things like that, and it's like, all right, now hit this button, and then this menu comes up with like, the journal, like hit J, open the journal, and there's like 500 quests open. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah. It's tricky because that's how D&D can feel unless you have a DM to kind of guide you. And in Baldur's Gate, you really don't. So you're kind of just like guiding yourself. And there's a little bit of narrative guidance, but like that's the thing with D&D is that's how it is. Like,
I think at least the first like a little bit of a game, I think needs to hold your hand.
oh yeah,
like,
100%. Like
especially a game with crazy systems like that. Like that's how I feel about Starfield. Is like that game has so many systems, and none of them are really explained.
Yeah.
Like they have this whole system of like creating different medicines, modifying weapons, modifying your spacesuit, making armor, this and that. And I used none of them.
Yeah.
I didn't use a single like I only customized my weapon like twice
Just because you didn't know how.
in the whole game. And it's not even because like I didn't know how. It was just like it's inconvenient. I'm gonna find something different in 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah, that's better. Anyway.
And it's poorly explained. And it's locked behind 16 different UI menus.
Yeah, it's just poorly.
There's so much UI in that game. Most of that game's clicking around a UI. But that's beside the point. Baldur's Gate 3. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. I'll play it.
Sure, it will be. Sure, it will be.
I might get back to you on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting it at some point. Especially knowing the first 2 acts are Steam Deck verified and you can play like hours and hours and hours of just that. It might be worth it.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah. So, as always, you can find us Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed all linked below. YouTube and Spotify have a video platform. Contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, your questions, concerns, death threats, and most importantly, Little Kitty Bid City news, hype, game, genre, fucking gear, speed, sinister speed, and Instagram and TikTok. We're on there as well. So.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That was it. That was an episode.
Yeah, actually, the next one will be pretty close to Christmas, so we'll see you then.
So we'll see what's going on. Maybe we got something. Maybe we don't.
Again, we're cooking. We just don't know if the heat is on. We'll see.
I might have fucked up the cookies. It is what it is.
Not again.
Sometimes you put in, it asks for butter, and you put in like arsenic or some other, cyanide sort of poison. Yeah, and the whole batch gets fucked up.
But you still eat it anyway, of course.
But you still eat it anyway because you're a man. And
deal with it.
You got a strong stomach anyway. What's a little deadly poison?
Yeah, it's not deadly. That's for sure.
It's not deadly. I've just, I've been sucking back cyanide all day.
Yeah,
my immune system's used to it.
I guess the juice is flowing.
All right,
we're out of here.
See ya.